good morning. This is Karina Angela, and this is Soul Purpose Connections. Thanks for popping in. It's, May 9th, 2018. And what came through this morning is receiving. And how do you receive? So, through my writing this morning, came through a lot of information about receiving, and actually a lot of remembrance of different things that I've done and how I've received and how I've witnessed other people receiving. And everybody receives differently, which is very interesting. But we are going to be focusing in on how people actually receive and how they implement it into their lives and actually physically receive. So I'll give you some examples. So I did a little test last Christmas, unbeknownst to everybody. And for me, it was just I test stuff all the time, but I love it. Anyway, that's just what I do. Anyway, I actually made several mala bracelets. I make mala bracelets by hand, and I choose specific beads and charms and different elements for my bracelets and just honor their spirit as I'm making them for each individual. So anyway, I wrapped them up into little packages and dispersed them at Christmas. And for each one, everybody pretty much opened them up at different times, and it was really interesting because there was one at a time, people opening their gifts and how they were receiving this. So one person just opened it up, didn't even take it out of the pouch and put it back in the box. And I went, okay, file that away, right? And then the second person opened it up, put it on, and started complaining about how the other bracelet disturbed her skin. So file it away. And then another person actually opened it up at the same time another person did that was connected to her, and then came over to me and thanked me for the other person. File that away. And then there was a few others that opened it up and thanked me right in the moment, which was really interesting. So they received immediately. And then there was a few others that opened it up and hurriedly opened up the package and then hurried up, put it down, and then forgot about it, and then came back to it later and then put it on, which was really interesting. So basically all of these people that I was watching receiving in many, many different ways. But in retrospect, thinking back, and as I filed it away in my filing cabinet, I really took notice of how people receive. There was one that received and complained. There was one that received for another person. There was one that received and didn't even acknowledge. There was one that received and didn't pay any attention to it at all. So it's really interesting how people receive. So pay attention to that when you give something to someone. Just really focus in on that. It's really fascinating how people receive. And you'll get a glimpse into how they operate and how they go on in their lives and how they receive in every facet of their life. And just really take notice of that. So that's a great exercise. So try that sometime. It's it's very interesting. And then if you are receiving in one of those ways, perhaps you can elaborate on that for yourself and work on that, how you receive. Maybe opening up your heart more. Maybe really dive into receiving in the moment and be very present with that. And that exchange of that beautiful connection that you can actually receive with your full heart when you're open to receiving, and see how that feels for you. See how that resonates with you, and feel how amazing that is. So try it, okay? So that's it for today. Thank you so much for popping in. Please leave the comments or questions or anything you'd like, and I'll see you tomorrow morning. Thank you.